calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And a very solid opening play for this offense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. That's good for 28 yards.
But the big story in this one, of course, Deshaun Watson back in Houston where he began his career. Drafted 12th overall in 2017. Three-time Pro Bowler as a Texan. And was officially traded to Cleveland back on April 27th. They'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Browns!
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans
at their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Mills trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now stands at 13. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line.
Now a second down and 6. To throw, Mills.
Forced out to his left. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Mills.
Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the end zone, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown.
Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. At their own 14-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harris.
I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, they blitz me with shit because I'm not getting no motherfucking catch animations right now.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them doubling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Yeah, they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go play action. Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Watson on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Watson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing, Mills.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Browns.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mills to throw it.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Mills.
That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce.
And able to work his way down to the 16. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 16, Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard as the first half is winding down.
And the Texans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
In motion, the tight end.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. From the 6. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Off the play fake, Mills. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Escapes the sit, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st and 10, Watson. Escaping the pressure right.
toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson.
That is caught at the 7.
Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
The Texans take over first down at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest, and with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. On play action, Mills.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Mills. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They begin this drive with Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got it.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need...
He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big...
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On third down, here's Mills.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Again, it's Mills.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On second down, Mills again.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Mills on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by Steven Nelson.
And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now throwing in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing again, Mills on 2nd and 10.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Moore, the man in motion.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Browns drive about to get started.
And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off.
Now a dump off here complete. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Throwing now, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Bond going to throw it.
He's going to let it go again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Here's Mills. This will be complete to Mechie.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, Mills.
He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 50 yards.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Watson's going to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On second and 10, Watson. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down to inbounds.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. After the interception, here's Watson. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.